Every day, we strive to do more and be the best versions of ourselves. It's not an easy task, but success is available for each of us. Welcome to the Swag University podcast, where each week we explore insightful messages, strategies, and tips to help you level up in life. Your host, Dr. Phildra Swagger, creative strategist and mindset coach, will empower you with the tools you need to create the life and business you desire, while providing inspirational insights to the woman who wants to see her destiny manifested daily. So now, let's level up with Dr. Swag.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Dr. Swag. I hope you are doing well. I am fantastic, and I really want you to be as well. So today I have a question for you. What are your secrets of success? See, I've really been thinking. The question is, do you have to be born with unique talents or special gifts, or can you develop success in your adult life? I believe the truth of it is that it's very rare that there's anything you cannot acquire or learn in your adult life to create the success and the journey that you want. You can develop daily habits, resiliency, motivation, whatever it is that you need to reach your goal. So all of these things can be learned if you're willing to put in the time and the effort. I recently caught the documentary, The Last Dance, which highlighted Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls last season together. And it's a phenomenal story. Phenomenal. The whole series, loved it. But as I thought about Mike's journey to the GOAT, that's what the kids call it now, the greatest of all times. You have to learn to speak text talk these days, right? But Michael Jordan being the greatest of all times, what was interesting is that as a 5'11" high school sophomore, he was cut from the varsity team. He was told that he was too short to play at that level. And so Mike made a decision that he would be the star on the JV team. And he was. He was a standout. That summer between his sophomore year and his junior year, he grew 4 inches and he trained as hard as he could. So you know what happened the next year? He was on the varsity team. And on the varsity team, by the time he was a senior, 1981, he was invited to play on that McDonald's All-American team, the game. We know he's been invited to the Dream Team. We'll talk about the Dream Team too. But that led to him being recruited to multiple universities. He selected the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where then he was under the leadership of a great coach, Dean Smith. From there, we know the story. He goes on to the Chicago Bulls, 2 3-peat championship careers, transformed Nike. It is now Jordan, his own brand and title and so forth. But he went on in his adult years, in his adult basketball career, to create what he knew to be his level of performance, what he knew would require him to push those around him, that they all would be champions, that he would have peak performers, championship team members, players all around him. This is what he practiced every day. This is what he drilled. Not everyone agreed with his tactics, but everyone respected his game. So once again, I'm going to ask you, what are your secrets to success? How are you going to become the GOAT of your life, right? So I want to just share 9 peak performer tips and secrets to help you get there. And the number one thing is to have a goal, or multiple goals, however many goals, but have goals and review them daily. If you're like most people, you don't set concrete goals. You just wish upon a star. You want to create something and you hope that it's going to come true one day. But never underestimate the power of knowing what you want and reminding yourself of it daily. And how do you do that? You can do it in a couple different ways. First of all, turn your goals into measurable action steps. That means we've talked about SMART goals before. They have to be specific, measurable, attainable, with results, and time-oriented. You need to have a deadline on a goal, otherwise it's simply a dream. And to accomplish them, understand what resources you need to have in order to bring those goals into concrete actions, okay? That's your number one tip. I want you to know that you have to set concrete goals, review them daily, make sure they have time markers on them. So if it starts, let me tell you this. Let me give you an example in a common kind of way. People, women, I'm talking to us right now, right? Oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. What is lose weight? No. Either you want to lose 10 pounds or you want to be a size 10, right? You have to give it a measure. And I'm going to argue with you that it's best to give it a measure that you want to be a size 10. Because just to lose weight or I want to drop 10 pounds, that's telling me what you don't want to be. Move your time, your energy toward what you do want to be. You want to be a size 10. What does that take? Does that take that you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and run 3 miles or do a boot camp or meal prep for the day? What do you need to do to move toward your goal? So you have to have a goal and you have to review them daily and they have to be measurable. Second thing, to get to your peak performance level, surround yourself with the right people. High performers have people who support their goals and their team as a social network, as a network that we can bounce off ideas, we can hold each other accountable, we can dream out loud. And see, I want to say dream out loud because I think dreaming is a lost art. And let me tell you why dreaming is a lost art. You have to have a vision, right? You have to think of things that are bigger than you. If you can do it in your own strength, your dream is not big enough. So get a team of the right people around you that will help propel you forward, right? When you think about Michael Jordan, he had the dream team. He had a dream team on the Chicago Bulls. Yes, 6 championships, but Pippen and Rodman and the other guys were all there. When it was time to go to the Olympics, they deemed them the dream team because guess what? Mike looked up to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. He was like, I want to play with the greats, right? He said, if I get to play with these guys, my career is at a whole nother level. And here we are thinking Mike is the GOAT. He was the GOAT in the making, but he knew that it was the team around him that made his game even better. So remember, you are the average of your friends. Surround yourself with people that have your solution, not people that's waiting in your problem, okay? So point number 2, surround yourself with the right people. Those people that are where you want to be. If you're bad with financing, you and all your girlfriends sitting around about talking and chatting about your bad credit is not going to move you forward. Get in a class about bookkeeping, managing your finances. You know what? Stop by your CPA, CFO office, whomever it is, and chat about numbers, chat about your finances, chat about how to be able to proactively save toward a goal, right? So surround yourself with people who are as great as you are or better and going or there where you want to be. Point number 2. Secret number 3 on your peak performance is to read regularly. Now, I say read, but in this day and time, you have so much available to you in digital format. So you can read 3 books a week on Audible because every time you hop in the car and drive, turn your book on. Or if you happen to have some downtime or create downtime, I'll tell you when I say create downtime, sometimes when I'm cooking, because, nobody's in the kitchen, they come when the food is ready, right? So when you're in the kitchen cooking, you can have a book playing, whatever motivation book you need. You can have a book on how to manage your finances. You can have a book on how to build your business. You can have a book on how to start a podcast. Whatever subject excites you, read. I saw the other day that Mark Cuban says that he reads 3 hours a day. Now, our financial resources may not allow us to dedicate 3 hours of dedicated reading, but you can get anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour in just listening in your drive time. So the point of reading on a regular basis is to feed your mind with excellence. Study the greats. Listen to success stories. And it goes beyond just schooling and academics. Maybe you have a college degree, maybe you don't. Maybe your college degree taught you how to think at a higher level. Maybe it taught you a specific skill. But there's so many things that we don't learn in college that are specific to our performance. So you have to feed your mind. And feeding your mind by studying the things that you are interested in and the things that address your weaknesses, because we all have weaknesses. So as you study, you want to study to be knowledgeable in areas that propel you toward your goal, right? So if you have a goal that you're reviewing daily, and that is to one day manage a multi-million-dollar business, then yes, a book on finance is important. A book on sales is important. A book on leading teams is important, right? So wherever it is that you can build your own mindset, your own skill set, your own professional abilities, network, read regularly. And that can be in digital format. YouTube has a ton of research and folks bringing content to you, quality content. Feed your mind, whether you read it or you receive it digitally. Point number 4, work toward your goals even when you don't feel like it. Now, what does that mean? Sometimes you got to get up early. Sometimes you got to stay late. Sometimes you have to say no to the easy thing, right? So let me give you a quote. I want you to jot this one down. I want to ask you if you agree. And the quote is, "The comfort zone is nice, but nothing grows there." Right? So you have to work toward things when you don't feel like it. You have to push yourself to get started. Force yourself to work on something for maybe 10 minutes. And let yourself get a momentum. And when the momentum gets going, you're already in the process. If you wait on perfect conditions to occur so that you feel like doing it, the likelihood is that you won't, right? So what I want to invite you to do is to do it when you don't feel like it. Do it when you're afraid. Do it when you're not even certain. I don't know why I'm on the athletic thing today, but what does Nike say? Just do it, right? Just do it. If you don't feel like it, if you don't feel adequate enough, whatever it is, move forward. So that's tip number 4, to be a peak performer. So tip number 5 is very much the same, and that's to get up early. Peak performers are usually early risers. When the world is quiet and your mind is still and you haven't been bombarded with the hustle of the day, get up and get a head start while everyone else is sleeping, right? Get moving. By the time folks are already in place or in the office, you could be halfway done. Set new appointments. Clear your email. So I'm going to tell you my routine. I wake up at 5:30 every day. Prayer and meditation. And why I say prayer and meditation? Because prayer is when I talk to God. Meditation is when I listen. He has something to say to you every day, I promise you. If he wakes you up, he wakes you up with a purpose. And so if you ask him, how do you want me to use this day? I can almost guarantee you that you'll get some direction. So I like to wake up and get that download first. Then I exercise. And I've told you guys that, I had a knee injury. I'm never happy with my weight. But what is it going to do for me to complain about that if I don't do something about it, right? So after I get my mind right, I get my body right. I exercise. And for me, that's about an hour of outdoor walking because I like to be outside. Here's the trick about walking. Again, if I start walking and I don't feel like walking, I have to turn around to come home. So if you are trying to build up a walking routine and you say, hey, I'm going to walk 30 minutes a day, walk 15 minutes from the house and then turn around and walk back. And you have cheated yourself, tricked yourself into a 30-minute walk, right? And then every day walk a little farther, a little faster, and see how far you get. I love to be out there an hour and a half just to feel it. And I'm in Florida, so I have to go early to get in front of the sun. But those are things that I build into my morning routine because I know if I don't get up and go hit the streets by 6 o'clock so I can be back by 7:30, the sun is going to deter me. I'm not going outside to walk at 8 o'clock. It's Florida. It's already 95 degrees. I'm not going to do it. So I have to build that resistance in, right? That's minimizing distractions, which is our next topic. So my routine in the morning, prayer, meditation, exercise, and then I review my goals and my agenda for the day. What is it that I want to use this day to accomplish? Next point, minimizing distractions. At times, some of the most successful people isolate themselves for the rest of the world to get things done. And why is that important? Because, see, there are positive and negative distractions, right? Positive and negative distractions. Positive distraction, the kids come in the room and they want to tell you about what their day was like, or the husband or the wife, whomever, they come. You want that time. You want that interaction with your family because that's really a positive thing, right? That is important to have a balanced life and have your family be able to access you and you interact with them on that level, right? But also negative interactions for me. I mean, not interactions, but negative distractions, excuse me. I cannot work with the television on, right? If I turn the television on, before I know it, I'm going to watch it. I can have music playing and just bang things out. I can be in silence and bang things out. So you have to know what distractions you have in your place. So when I say isolate yourself, it might be well worth to take a weekend per quarter to go to a hotel or a resort or send the kids to stay with the grandparents for the weekend so you can have quiet space to clear your mind and seclude yourself and focus on the work. But when you do this, have an agenda. Don't just, I have the house to myself, because that too can be a distraction. This is the weekend that, hey, I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do this project around the house that I've been wanting to do. The goal is to work on your business. Now, if you're setting a goal that you have to get your mindset and your personal self right in order to work on your business, then make that the goal. But either way, have a goal. And if at all possible, in your agenda, in your planning, try to have at least monthly or quarterly times where you can minimize all distraction and work on your big, hairy, audacious goals, right? I want you to have big, hairy, audacious goals and to minimize those distractions and move you forward. Now, if you have all these goals, brings us to number 7, which is being consistent. If you have big, hairy, audacious goals, break them down into smaller goals and focus toward that goal. So make success a daily exercise. You want to be consistent that whatever it is that you're working on, you can review the goal on it daily, you take action on it, you assign tasks so that you move to completion. Don't work sporadically. Don't just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I want to ask you, how do you bring yourself into focus, right? Bring yourself into focus to clear your mind and be consistent. So, step number 8 is take setbacks in stride. Now, this is really all about perseverance. Perseverance is one of the most important things that you can have because there will be times when you are challenged. When you're challenged, you have to know, as your grandma used to say, the stuff that you're made of so that you can push forward. I was watching an interview that Jamie Foxx did with Oprah, and he was talking about auditioning for the Any Given Sunday movie. And that was one of the Oliver Stone movies. And so he went and he read the script, and Oliver Stone said, "You're no good," right? Jane was like, "What? What you mean I'm no good?" By this time he was already doing Living Color. He had his show, the Jamie Foxx show. These are networks that aren't quite mainstream, but he felt successful, right? And so Oliver Stone said he was just no good. So he left, and they told him, well, maybe audition for another part. So he came back and he auditioned for the agent in the movie. And Oliver Stone again said, "You're no good," right? As a matter of fact, what Jamie said Oliver wrote as he walked out the room was that he was a slave to TV. And what that meant was that he was typecast, that he was used to working on TV, so he was loud and, delivering all these scenes. And Oliver Stone told him, that's going to be too much for the big screen. You can't just act the role. You have to become the role. You have to play the role. And so Jamie came back and tried out, and I don't know if they call it tried out, at his level, but auditioned for the part, read the script. He still didn't get it. But he told Oliver Stone that, I feel offended by what you said. And that's when he told him about being the actor. And he offered him, asked him if he could be a solution, that the person that he had selected to be the quarterback wasn't available if Jamie wanted to try it. And Jamie said, "Hey, I was a quarterback in high school. I can do that." But he continued to play the part of quarterback. And so the director, like I was saying, Mike had a coach. He had Dean Smith and he had Phil Jackson. Jamie had Oliver Stone as a director. The greats can help you improve, right? And so he told him, again, learn to be the part, be the person. And so if you've ever seen that movie, there's this homemade video that Jamie does about Willie Beamer. And, he's all on the car and he rapping. That's a self-made video that Jamie went and embodied the quarterback. And when he embodied the quarterback as this high flossing, sports car driving, I think it was a BMW, then he became that actor. And so the point is, you might get knocked down a couple times, but you have to know what's in you. You have to persevere and take setbacks in stride, because no does not mean never. It means not right now. It means not here. But if you know what you're made of, you will continue to go forward until you realize your own goal, right? That you reach your peak success. So that brings us to number 9, my final tip for you. And that's make things happen. Make it happen because you are responsible for your success. You are responsible for yourself. Successful people don't sit around and wait for the world to pick them up. They pick themselves up and they make the most of their abilities. You have to be assertive about what it is that you want in life. You have to be clear and you have to be directive about how you want to achieve your success. You have to be the disruptor in your own life. What do you do to make a difference in your lifestyle? Challenge yourself on that. How do I make things happen to have the lifestyle that I want to have? How do I realize the vision that I have for myself? How do I live and love my best life? Ask yourself that. You're responsible for making it happen. So, what I want you to know is not luck. Success is not luck. Success is cultivating success. Success is within reach. Anyone can become the greatest of all time in whatever perspective area you want to be in. But it's with a positive attitudes and habits. Routines turn into habits, and habits turn into a lifestyle. And the lifestyle that you want is about realizing the goals that you have set for yourself. So just know, whatever it is that you want in your life, you have the talent and the time to realize it. So don't let this be your last dance. Let this be the dance of a lifetime. As always, it's your girl, Dr. Swag. I love you. So remember, stay blessed to be a blessing. Peace, love, and happiness.
Glad you joined our conversation. For more Swag University episodes, subscribe on iTunes and help us level up by leaving a 5-star review. For more information and free resources, visit our website at swaguniversity.com with 2 G's. That's SWAGG University.com. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Until next time, we hope this episode has inspired you to manifest your destiny and level up today.